דרומונים צלמים את זה, באמא שלי, פחד.
אנחנו דרומים, אח שלי. חיים את זה.
Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Pastor Jenny. Actually, let me take this off. It's a little easier if you can see my face. My name is Pastor Jenny. I'm the interim pastor here at Shepherd of the Valley, and so I just want to welcome you all to this space. Thank you for being here. If you need to use the restroom, you're going to go back out of the church sanctuary, and just across the little patio, there are restrooms available. We do have a family restroom if you need that. That is all the way across in the building with the church office. If you need anything else, please come talk to me. I'm happy to help, and we're just very happy to have you here. And I'm going to turn it over now to Sarah Cohen. Thank you, Sarah.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm not a nonprofit organizer or anything like that. I have no experience in planning events like this. I'm just a local mom. I live here in West Hills, actually, and I got connected by not only this church and this community, with this amazing church and this amazing community, but also with these fine young men here. It's a little hard and unnerving to introduce a somber event. We're going to hear about darkness and evil, But in that darkness and evil, we'll hear about resilience and strength that shine through, and friends who helped each other out, and friends who helped strangers out on October 7th, and brothers who took care of each other. And it's hard to see when you look at them, but once you hear them speak, you'll understand there's a lot of emotional and psychological trauma that's happening, and that's what worries me, and will worry some of you as also. And thinking about what kind of support that they need, and this is part of it. Just letting them talk and talk about their experience, and you being here is really helpful and really crucial. So thank you. And I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and tell their story, and then at the end, we have a few questions that were already submitted ahead of time, so we'll ask those questions of them and have a quick closing, and then of course you'll be able to come and talk to them. We'll go outside. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So,
Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Do you want to sit near me or stand? Okay. So. Okay.
שלום כולם, השם שלי נתן שפירא, אני בן 25 מירושלים.
Hi everybody, my name is Natan Shapira. I'm 25 years old from Jerusalem. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Is this better? Okay, let's start from the beginning. רוצה לשבת, אז בוא נעשה לו פאנל אחד. אוקיי, come near me. שם, מאיפה אתה? כן.
הסיפור שלי מתחיל, אני הגעתי
I'm 25 years old from Jerusalem, and he's going to share the story of what happened to him on October 7th. You've all heard on that day, and all of these amazing friends are going to share what happened to them, and start with you.
הסיפור שלי מתחיל, אני הגעתי לחניון רעים, איפה שהמסיבה התקיימה כבר ביום חמישי, שהיה שם מסיבה יום לפני.
I got the night before to Chanyon Re'im. It's a nearby space, just before the party.
לא, זה אותו מקום שהיה מסיבה.
It's the party's place.
הייתי במסיבה יום חמישי, ואז אחרי זה יום למחרת, יום שישי, התחילה המסיבה של הנובה.
On Thursday, I arrived, and on Friday, the Nova party started.
היה מסיבה מאוד שמחה, מאוד גדולה, מלא חיוכים באהבה, כאילו היה פסטיבל גדול ברמה שלא היה בארץ.
Very big party with a lot of love and an amazing gathering, amazing energy, happiness.
מלא חברים, מלא אור. ב-6:30 שנהיה זריחה, שהתחילו הטילים בעצם, המסיבה הפסיקה.
At 6:30, when the party started, at 6:30, the party was already happening and the rockets started shooting at us, but at that moment we didn't realize it's rockets because there was volume, right?
אז המשטרה קיפתה את המסיבה, כולם התחילו להתקפל לכיוון החניה, לצאת כאילו לכיוון הבית.
The police shut down the party and everybody started to exit the area of the party. And it's 3,000 people, right?
Okay, 5, like 4, 500. Between 4 to 5.
Between 4,000 to 5,000 people? Okay.
באותו רגע צילמתי וידאו שהמשטרה מפזרת את המסיבה, והעליתי אותו לטיקטוק.
At that point, I took a video with my phone and uploaded to TikTok. And at that video, you see people getting out of the party, and that video, what happened to it?
כי באותו רגע הדבר כאילו זה, רק הטילים בעצם זה כאילו היה הדבר הכי גדול. באותו רגע שנגמר המסיבה ממאות טילים באוויר.
I thought to myself that a party that ends because of missiles falling is big news. So I put it on TikTok. And it became viral, but that was before understanding what's going to come next. Yeah, you can put the video, please. So just to say, on that day, on October 7th, you have it? Okay, when you're ready. On that day, every person had their own story of what happened personally to them, and only later they realized the scope of the thousands of stories, different stories in the kibbutzim, at the party, at the bases, like army bases. So you're going to hear a glimpse of everybody's own angle of seeing what happened to them personally. But on that day, there are many casualties and a lot of things that happened that were very bad that happened at the same time. And even the rockets themselves, they didn't understand it's rockets falling when they did. Only later.
זה לא מה שיש לי פה בחיים.
What we're seeing is what's seen on that video is the police shutting down the party and everybody's starting to evacuate. Yeah, sorry, we're having a little technical. Can we all
זה לא מה שיש לי פה בחיים.
Oh, okay, so let's. Can we continue the speaking without the computer, without the sound? And then
זה לא מה שיש לי פה בחיים.
live from here and getting a bigger picture of what happened. I'm here to help them translate. Yeah, we'll get back to it later.
I just want to apologize for the technical difficulties. We've had computer problems here, and so we do apologize for that, but please continue.
Okay, but why did you want to show that video to everybody here?
Because after when I ran away to the continue the story, I ran away. A lot of family, brothers, they send me in my phone. They call me. You see my brother. You see my sister. They ask me question because it was viral. They see.
It was
son in the
viral,
video, yeah.
and they saw their family members on your video.
And they ask me maybe I know where they, I know what happened.
Okay, and also how many views you had for your videos?
Like in my account, 6 million.
6 million views for your video.
All the TV was.
Yeah. Okay. So you are hearing the police telling you to leave the party, and what do you do next?
Okay, we stand outside from the party, and we waiting. We say what we can do. My friend, he called. חבר שלי קוראים לו דור, הייתי בלילה כל המסיבה, אז הוא התקשר אליי, אמר לי, הוא גר במבטחים ליד. הוא התקשר אליי, אמר לי, אם אני רוצה לבוא אליו, כאילו, להוריד את הסטלה של המסיבה, ששתינו, ומשם להמשיך.
Okay, he's sharing that he has a friend named Do that was living just very close to the party, and he suggested them to take the car and go to his home to kind of take the alcohol away and relax from the party and just chill.
כי בשבילו הוא גר שם בדרום, זה לא דבר נדיר הטילים, הוא רגיל לזה.
Because he lives in the south of Israel, occasionally there are missiles that are being shot by Hamas. It kind of happens every now and then, and people know to hunker down and just be in their homes when that happens.
אז אמרתי לו שישלח לי מיקום של הבית שלו, וחיכיתי שישלח לי מיקום, ואחרי זה הוא לא הספיק לשלוח לי, והוא הפך להיות נהדר, ואחרי זה התברר שהוא נרצח.
So I asked my friend to send me how to get to his house, and he didn't respond. And after a while, much later, I realized that he was considered missing, and then it was discovered that he was dead.
אז יצאנו מהחנייה, כאילו התעכבנו בחנייה בגלל שחיכיתי לראות מה עושים. יצאתי מהחנייה קצת מאוחר. כשיצאתי מהחניון של המסיבה, צד שמאל לכיוון בארי המשטרה חסמה, וצד ימין היה מלא רכבים שהכביש נחסם, היה כאילו ממש חסום. אז יצאנו עם הרכב ישר, כאילו לא לכביש, המשכנו לשטח השני.
So he was driving in his car, trying to get out of the party, and there were few, you could take right or left. One side was blocked with cars, and the other side was open to Be'eri's direction. And then what did you do?
We continued to the view, המשכנו ישר לשטח, לא לכביש.
Okay, instead of going to either direction, you just went to the field, open field.
The police said go to the view because the road was blocked from the cars, they shooting in the entrance. בהמשך כאילו, חיילים שירו בהם, אז הם עשו פקק.
Okay, the cars were blocking one another because everybody was trying to get out, and you went to the field. This saved you, your lives, basically, going to the field with your car.
ואז בשטח לא ידענו מה אנחנו עושים, פשוט הסתובבנו שם איזה 20 דקות, כאילו ניסינו לאן לצאת, לאן לברוח. ואז שמענו צרור יריות ראשון, ניסינו לחזור לכיוון המסיבה.
For about 20 minutes, we didn't know what to do, and we didn't know what direction to take the car, so we just continued. And then after 20 minutes, you start having shooting at you from different directions.
ניסינו לחזור לכיוון המסיבה.
No, זבת.
ניסינו לחזור לכיוון המסיבה, ואז עצרנו כזה, התחיל להיות פקק של רכבים, עצרנו, ואז התחיל פשוט גשם של יריות מכל מקום, לכולם, בלי הבחנה.
We decided to go back to the area of the party, and then the terrorists started shooting at us from any possible direction, while all the cars are in a halt, one after the other.
ואז אתה רואה מאות אנשים שרצים, כאילו, ורצים ותוך כדי נופלים, עלינו על הרכב, הסתובבנו, תוך כדי בריחה, העלינו עוד 3 אנשים שאנחנו לא מכירים ברכב מאוד קטן.
While we're trying to flee the place, we had people jumping into our car to try to escape, and we tried to drive with our car, and we saw thousands of people running for their lives. Maybe you've seen that video. This is a video you took. I don't know if we can see it, but did you happen to see the video of people running in the field? So that famous video is his video. He took the video with the guy with the long, I don't know, shawl running with the long Yuval. So, yeah. So this famous video at that exact moment was his video from that.
אז משם מהשטח יצאנו, הגענו לאיזה כביש, יצאנו אליו, וכל הכביש אני רואה רכבים וגופות ליד הרכבים. משם ברחנו, המשכנו את נסיעה כל הכביש תוך כדי יריות.
We got to a road, and when I looked to the road, to my right and my left, I saw cars flipped over, dead bodies, people scattered all around, just in front of me, and trying to escape.
ואז משם ראינו ניידת משטרה, אמרה לנו לברוח לכיוון בסיס צאלים.
We saw a police car that suggested for us to go to Tzelim. It's an army base.
ואיך שהגענו לבסיס צאלים ממש נפל טיל בכניסה של הבסיס.
As we got to the base, a missile just fell in the front of the base.
בבסיס צאלים התחלתי באמת להבין, אז כאילו הסרטון שהעליתי בבוקר ממש התפוצץ, ומאות הורים התחילו לשלוח לי הודעות שם, ואז שם התחלתי להבין בערך את גודל האירוע.
At that moment, my phone exploded with messages because of the video I uploaded to TikTok, and I started to realize the scope, the magnitude of what is happening around me at that time.
ואז בסיס צאלים היינו שם עד אחרי צהריים סביבות 4-5, עד שהצבא אמר לנו שיחסית אפשר בטוח לצאת כאילו לכיוון ירושלים.
We stayed in Tzelim base until 4-5 p.m. in the afternoon, until the army told us it's clear and we can go direction of Jerusalem, back home.
ואז חזרתי לירושלים, לא יכלתי בעצם לחזור לבית של ההורים שלי, כי אני משפחה חרדית וזה עדיין במהלך החג.
When I got back to Jerusalem, unfortunately, I couldn't go back to my own family because they're observant Orthodox Jews, and it was Shabbat, so, you know, everybody's keeping no phones, no television. It wasn't like the time to go back home.
ואז הייתי בבית של חבר שלי בעצם יומיים, שאני רק שומע שחברים שלי מתים, הייתי יומיים לא יצאתי מהבית, ממש כל היום בכיתי, פספסתי לוויות.
I stayed for 2 days in my friend's house, and while I was there, I kept hearing about all of these friends and people who died. So I broke down and cried for 2 full days, not like understanding the scope of everything.
אחרי יומיים התאוששתי על עצמי, פשוט במהלך של שבוע וחצי, הלכתי כמעט יום אחרי יום ללוויה של חברים, של חברות. במהלך כל שבוע וחצי.
After 2 days, I gathered myself back together and I started going to funeral after funeral for a week and a half.
ואז בעצם כאילו נכנסתי, הייתי בתקופה מאוד רעה בחיים שלי, עזבתי את העבודה שלי, הייתי בדיכאון בבית, לא יצאתי.
I entered to a very, very dark period in my life. I was very depressed. I left my job. I didn't want to do anything. I was feeling very sad.
עד שהציעו לנו לעבור פה לריטריט, להתרפות פה בוואי בקליפורניה.
Until I was offered to come here to a retreat some organization created for Nova survivors. So 100 Nova survivors arrived to Ojai. I don't know if you know Camp Rama. It was there and they allowed them to...
ובריטריט בעצם כאילו חזר לי האור לעיניים, הכרתי חברים חדשים שגם איבדו חברים.
In the retreat, the light came back to my eyes and I met with new friends that already also went to the party. We didn't know each other, but they went to the party and we made new friendships.
ואחרי הריטריט החלטנו בעצם להישאר ולנסות לספר לאנשים את הסיפור שלנו, מה עברנו.
And after the retreat, we thought to stay a little bit and share what happened to us with more people.
Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you for sharing your story with, thank you very much, Hamur, Benshama. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You're so sweet.
שלום, אני ישראל.
Hi, I'm Israel.
אני עובד בארץ כבר כמה שנים שיש לי עסק בארץ של מיזוג אוויר.
I have a business in Israel for air conditioning for a few years now.
הסיפור שלי בעצם מתחיל ב6:30. הגענו ב5 למסיבה.
Where are you from?
אני מנתיבות.
I'm from Netivot. How old are you?
23.
23 years old. And you have a business,
Okay.
and you decide to go to the party with your friends?
כן.
Okay. And you arrived to the party at 5:30 a.m.? Okay.
כן. הגענו למסיבה בערך בשעה 5. הספקנו ככה לראות את החברים, להגיד שלום, חיוכים קצת, אחרי תקופה שלא יצאנו למסיבה.
We went to a party after a long time. We didn't go to a party, and we just arrived to the place, and we said hi to everybody, kind of having fun, meeting each other.
ב6:30 בעצם התחילו הטילים. ברגע שהתחילו הטילים, פשוט האינסטינקט היחיד שהיה לי זה להוציא את הטלפון ולהתחיל לצלם, כי לא הבנתי שכל הדבר הזה פשוט קורה לי במקום שהוא מבחינתי הכי יפה.
At 6:30 a.m., the missiles started falling, and the first instinct that I had was to take my phone and to make videos of everything, because I couldn't understand how missiles could fall in such a beautiful place, in such a beautiful environment. So I had to make a video.
השוטרים הגיעו ואמרו בעצם חיבו את המסיבה, ואמרו שצריך להתחיל להתקפל. ובסרטון בעצם שצילמתי, לא יודע אם הוא יצליח להשמיע אותו פה, אבל שומעים בעצם שאני אומר לשוטר, אני מנתיבות, אני רגיל לזה, כאילו, אני לא בורח מטילים.
So the police said to evacuate the party to everyone, and I made a video, and in that video, the policeman and I am talking to each other, and I'm telling him, hey, I'm from Netivot, I'm used to it, I'm not running from just missiles, like, I'm not going anywhere.
Netivot, this is near Gaza, if you don't know. בעצם החלטנו אחרי איזה שעה וחצי באמת להתחיל לצאת לכיוון האוטו, אחרי שעה בערך לצאת לכיוון האוטו, בגלל שזה היה כמות כל כך גדולה של אנשים, כמעט 4-5 אלף איש היו שם, נוצר כאוס מאוד גדול, ונהיה פקק מאוד גדול ביציאה.
After 1 hour, we decided to get out with our car as well, but because almost between 4,000 to 5,000 people were trying to get out from the same road, there was a big line of cars.
יצאנו לאוטו, זה שלב כבר שיש רקטות ברמה מאוד מוגזמת.
All this time that I'm telling you, the missiles are falling very intensely all around us. So imagine like hearing the voices of thousands of rockets everywhere.
עלינו לאוטו, התחלנו לנסוע לכיוון הכביש. פה עדיין לא ידענו שיש מחבלים, עדיין שמענו רק כאילו הרבה רקטות באוויר, הרבה כאוס שבאמת לא הבנו עדיין מה קורה.
At that point, there is chaos and missiles, but we do not understand there are terrorists around or coming our way. So we got into the car and we started driving on the road.
הגענו לכביש, ובעצם פה אנחנו מתחילים כבר לשמוע יריות.
We got to the road and we started hearing shootings.
הבנו שכולם התחילו לפרוק מהאוטו, לצאת מהאוטו, וגם אנחנו עשינו את זה.
Everybody around us was getting out of the cars to run away from the bullets, basically, so we did as well.
מאותו הרגע בעצם אנחנו במסע של איזה שעה וחצי, שאנחנו פשוט בורחים, ולא בדיוק יודעים לאן.
That started an hour and a half of us running, not really knowing where we were running, on foot.
אחרי איזה שעה וחצי ראיתי כאילו שאנחנו רצים לשטח, רצים, אף אחד לא באמת יודע לאן הוא רץ. ראיתי איזה שוטרת ופשוט שאלתי אותה לאיפה אנחנו בורחים.
After an hour and a half, I stumbled upon a police officer woman and I asked her, where are we going? What direction should we go? What is going on?
והיא פשוט לא ידעה,
And she had no clue. Like, she had no answers for us.
בשלב הזה בעצם חבר שלי עמית, שהוא אמור להיות איתנו פה, אבל הוא עכשיו לא פה, הוא בעצם הלך לעזור לפצועים.
My friend Amit is also here in LA with us in this delegation. He started helping wounded people.
הלך לעזור לפצועים, ובעצם בשלב הזה אני חיפשתי אותו הרבה, כי כולם קצת שתו, ולא מצאתי את כל החברים.
Just to remind you, everybody was kind of at a party drinking alcohol, not necessarily very focused, so I was looking for them.
בשלב הזה בעצם אנחנו מבינים שלברוח ברגל זה כבר לא אפשרי. אנחנו רואים פשוט מלא אנשים שרצים, נופלים מכדורים, כאילו זה היה משהו שמאוד קרוב אלינו כבר.
We did see people around us get hit by the bullets and fall and get wounded, so it was very close. And we realized we can't keep on running because it's going to get to us.
החלטנו לחזור לאוטו, ובעצם כשחזרנו כבר לכיוון האוטו, ראינו הרבה דברים, כאילו מלא אנשים עם יריות, בחורה שחבר שלי גם עשה לה חוסם עורקים לרגל.
So on our way back to the car, we saw a lot of wounded people, and some of them were in need of to stop the blood, to put a tourniquet. So my friend was putting tourniquets on them. How did he put a tourniquet? Did he take like fabric, or did he have a piece of his shirt? Yeah.
בעצם משם אנחנו נוסעים, פשוט פותחים מפות ומתחילים לרדת לשטח, לאפר, ופותחים מפות ומנסים לנווט לכיוון ההפוך מעזה, לכיוון נתיבות.
So we opened maps and we tried to navigate by ourselves, just any direction away from Gaza, and try to find your way in the fields.
אנחנו מגיעים אחרי איזה 20 דקות נסיעה בשטח, אנחנו מגיעים כמו בסיס כזה קטן עם מזל"ט וכל מיני דברים בעצם של צבא, ואין שם אף אחד.
After 20 minutes, we got to a camp, like an army camp, but it was deserted. There were no people in it at all.
אנחנו עוצרים לחפש שמיים, לשתות רגע, להירגע, ובעצם
How many people are you at that?
היינו שם, הגענו עם האוטו בערך איזה 6 אנשים לשם, אבל
6 people.
כן, אבל רצו למקום הזה, כאילו במשך הרבה זמן, רצו לשם גם הרבה אנשים לכיוון הזה.
Okay, so dozens of people were running to that direction of that camp.
כן, היינו שם בערך 11 אנשים בכולל.
11 people total.
כן. היה שם מיגונית, שבמחשבה ככה קטנה אמרנו, זה המקום הכי טוב להישאר כרגע, בואו נשאר בתוך המיגונית.
In the south, there is a place called Migunit. It's like a little box that if a missiles fall and you're like going under it, you don't get hurt. So they stumbled upon one of those and they decided it's a good place to stay and they thought it would be a good idea.
בסופו של דבר אמרו, כאילו באנו להישאר, ואז החברים אמרו, לא, כאילו זה לא בטוח, בואו נמשיך לנסוע.
Some friends thought it's not safe and they wanted to keep on going. So you had to make a lot of decisions.
כן. ומסתבר שבאמת אחרי זה אחת מהמיגוניות שהיה בה כאילו טבח רציני.
And that appeared to be a very good decision that we took at that moment because one of these miguniyot areas that it looks like a little bus stop. I don't know if you've heard, but some of these miguniyot got like people were staying in them, 40 people, 30 people, and the terrorists came and like killed everybody inside. So that for them it was a good decision to run away from it, not stay there.
בכל המהלך הזה של הבריחה, אתה פשוט רואה את כולם ואיך כולם פתאום, הדבר היחידי שאומרים זה כאילו באמת להתפלל ולהגיד, וכאילו להבין באיזה מצב אנחנו נמצאים ולבקש שיעזור לנו, כל אחד מהשני.
At that moment when we were running, we just realized that the only thing we can do is pray and ask God to help us, to be with us, to save our lives. It was so desperate and so really for our lives, so...
התקשרתי לאחי, המשפחה שלי גם לא ידעו שאני במסיבה בשבת, וישר איך שיכולתי, התקשרתי לאחי.
My family didn't know I went to the party, so whenever I could, I called my brother.
הם בעצם דתיים, חרדים.
My family is also Haredi, Orthodox, and that happened in a very, like a holiday.
התקשרתי לאחי שהוא בעצם גם חייל וגם פרמדיק.
I called my brother who is a soldier and a paramedic.
ואז אמרתי לו בעצם שהייתי במסיבה, והוא אמר לי, הוא התחיל פשוט לפקוד לי ולהגיד לי שהוא נמצא כרגע פה. הוא הגיע מנתיבות, הוא היה בחג אצל ההורים שלי. הוא אמר לי, התחיל לפקוד ואמר, אני לא מפסיק לאסוף פה גופות, אני לא מאמין שהיית פה.
He called his brother to say that he was at the party and his brother started crying because he said, I don't believe it, I went to the party to save people and the amount of dead bodies that I see because he can help them medically. And he started crying and said, I just saw so many dead bodies, I can't believe you were there.
מפה בעצם אנחנו ממשיכים לכיוון נתיבות, אנחנו פותחים את המפות ונוסעים לכיוון נתיבות. כל הדרך אנחנו רואים מלא רכבים ירועים, מלא עשן, מלא משהו שבאמת העין שלנו לא רגילה לראות.
From that moment we started going to Netivot, to where you live, and you saw all over the cars, the dead bodies, something that the normal eye of a human is not used to see every day or at all, or I don't know, so many bad scenes of horror and death and evil.
אנחנו בעצם מגיעים לנתיבות, ושם כבר מתחיל להגיע, כבר מלפני, אבל מתחילים להגיע לנו השמועות שיש לנו בעצם חברים שלא מוצאים אותם, וסרטונים שיש מחבלים ממש בתוך הערים שלנו, בסדרות, באופקים.
We're starting to hear the rumors and to see the videos that was running around of terrorists going into kibbutzim and different moshavim and different like communities, and also that some people are not being found, they're missing, they don't know where they are.
היה גם איזה מחסום בדרך לכיוון נתיבות, שלא ידענו בעצם אם זה מחבלים או חיילים, כי המחבלים התחפשו לחיילים. זה מה שהביאו לנו בסרטונים.
In the videos, you could see the terrorists, Hamas terrorists, are wearing IDF soldiers' clothes, so you couldn't know if it's an IDF or a terrorist, and we were stopped. Our car was stopped, and we were afraid. Is this our guys? Is this the terrorists? It was very confusing.
זה היה שוטרים, תודה לאל, ובאמת משם בעצם אנחנו מגיעים לכיוון נתיבות, ואנחנו בעצם השוטר מכוון אותנו לכיוון כביש 6.
Thank God it was officers, and we were directed to Route 6, just like the good direction going where we want to go.
פה אנחנו בעצם...
What time is it? Around?
בסביבות 11 וחצי.
That's 11:30 a.m.
12, משהו כזה,
Five hours after everything started.
כן, ובעצם היינו פה 11 אנשים באוטו.
In one car, 11 people in one car.
שיצאנו משם, והגענו לנתיבות, ואני אמרתי, טוב, ניכנס לאמא שלי כאילו, כי ההורים שלי גרים שם, אבל...
I thought if to go to my mom's house, we got to where I live.
אבל פחדתי להכניס ל-11 אנשים לבית.
I was afraid to bring 11 people to her house.
כן, במיוחד שהיא לא ידעה שהייתי במסיבה.
When she didn't know I went to the party in this condition.
ובדיעבד אחרי זה היא מאוד כעסה על זה. היא אמרה לי כאילו...
When she heard it, she was very mad at me. Like, what were you thinking? Of course you should have come home.
זהו, בעצם מפה אנחנו נוסעים כבר לכיוון רמת גן. ומשם בעצם לא יכולתי לחזור לבית, אני גר לבד, באלעד.
So we were going to another city, Ramat Gan. It's near Tel Aviv, and I live by myself in a community place called Elad, and I couldn't go back to live alone and be alone at that moment after what happened to me.
אז הייתי כמה ימים אצל חבר, ובאמת זה היה כמה ימים הכי כואבים וקשים שהיו לי בחיים, כי...
I stayed with a friend who was at the party?
לא.
Or I stayed with a friend.
היה אמור לבוא איתי.
I stayed with a friend who was supposed to come to the party and didn't come to the party, and it was the most difficult days that I experienced in my life. Why was it hard? Like, what did you feel?
וואי, כל דבר, כל רעש הכי קטן הקפיץ אותי,
Every sound would make me jump.
הייתי לא מצליח לישון בלילה,
couldn't sleep.
ובאמת ימים מאוד מאוד קשים.
Really tough days.
ובאמת אחרי כמה ימים החלטתי שאני צריך לנסות לצאת מהבית, קצת לנסות לחזור טיפה לעצמי. העסק שלי סגור מאז.
After a few days, I decided I should try to get out and kind of collect myself back together, and I put my business on hold.
העובדים שלי גם הם היו ערבים.
My employees are Arabs, so I felt like I couldn't really do that at that point.
וזהו, ותודה שהקשבתם לי, ובעזרת השם שנחזור לחייך כולנו.
Thank you for listening to me.
אני רוצה גם
I wish that everybody would return to go smiling again and
רוצה גם להזכיר ידידה שלנו שנרצחה שם, קרין ג'ורנו.
I want to bring it to memory my friend, Karin Jonah, who was murdered at that day.
ויוסף אוחנה שחטוף, חבר שלנו.
And our friend Yosef Ochana, who is kidnapped in Gaza. How old is he? How old is?
23.
23 years old. Where is he from?
רחובות.
Rehovot. So maybe if we can from here in some way send him powers and hope that he will return home
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you for sharing your story. תודה נשמה. תהיה בסדר.
אני עכשיו, אני אספר?
כן.
אני אומר על מניף העמוד אבל בסדר.
בכיף. Can
The
the
videos is work now?
working now? Can we do that? Yeah, thank you. We're gonna try, okay.
Israel video.
Yeah, if we can get the... No? Okay, so let's go to the... Yeah.
So good. You hear me good? Everything is good? Okay. First of all, I want to say that English is not my first language, so I'll will try my best. Also, I want to say that it's a privilege to be here, and thank you all for coming. Okay, so I'm Roie and Edan Yitzchaki. I'm 24 years old from Jerusalem. I'm here with my brother, Edan Yitzchaki. He's my big brother. He's 26 years old. And I survived. Me and him survived the Nova terror attack in the 7th of October. My story starts at midnight of day of Simchat Torah in Israel. After the Kiddush at my house, we just went to a party. We just want to celebrate life and celebrate the holiday in Israel. We arrived to the party at midnight. We do manage to have a little bit of fun with our friends from Israel. Until 6:29. In 6:29, the missile start. There was like so many rockets in the air, just hundreds, if not thousands of rockets that start shooting at us. And a chaos start to spread all over the party zone, party area. Sorry, just a little bit emotional for me. Me and my brother will try to manage to escape from the party zone, but we can't. We can't do it because there was a lot of people, 4,000 people, that tried to escape from only one route, and it was too hard. So me and my brother just got stuck over there until 8 in the morning. We don't really understand what's happening over there until we do try to find our car and manage to find our car. We enter to the car, start the engine and try to escape. There was like a big traffic. We were the last car in the traffic. When we stand in the traffic, we start to see a lot of people that are running to our direction. We don't understand really what's happening. And then I just like give a little peek, and I just saw 2 big trucks with terrorists with heavy machine gun. They just start to run us and crazy, and just start to shoot everyone. A lot of people fell to their deaths. I saw it in my own eyes. Me and my brother start to understand that people trying to kill us and we need to escape. My brother was a combat driver in the army, so he do not get panic so much and maybe try to understand the situation. He just moved to reverse gear, and we just start to go into reverse, back to the party zone. The terrorists still chasing us, still killing everyone that just try to escape. And they just closed on us. We couldn't run anymore for them. So now we just escaped from the car. We went off from the car and just started running toward Gaza, not toward Israel, because all the terrorists just come from every direction, towards Gaza. During this escape, but there is no photos, right? Okay, sorry. During this escape, me and my brother lost each other because the terrorists just started shooting us like massive artillery, RPGs, grenade. I think that my brother was behind me, running with me, but he wasn't. He broke his 2 legs, his 2 fingers in the legs during this escape. And I just started to run toward Gaza, turn my head back, and I see that my brother wasn't with me. Just start to run, and every time I turn my head, I just see a terrorist. They shoot me in the horizon, and I understand that I just have to keep straight, to keep running and not stop, because if I stop, they're just gonna catch me and kill me. Also, I was a combat fighter in the army, and I served in my service in this Gaza zone, in the Gaza border, so I know a little bit of this zone. It wasn't new to me. I do manage to reach like 50 meters from the border. When I arrived 50 meters from the border, I saw like a little bridge from the border, and just terrorists start to come from this bridge. They start to yelling. They saw me, and they just start to yell, Jew, Yehud, Yehud. I understand that now I'm just from the terrorists come from every of my direction, and now I need to get back to the party zone from where I escaped. I start to escape again to the party zone, just sprinting, bullets just hit nearby me on the floor, also near to my ear, so my hearing now are heavily damaged, my left ear. And then I start to run again, as I told you, back to the party zone. When I arrive to the party zone, during this call, I also call to my mom. I tell her that probably I'm not coming back home, and I love her, and just hang after her. After that, I call to my brother. I tell him, Edan, I don't know where you are, but I'm coming back to the party, and I just hope that he will answer to me. I thought he's dead, but he do answer me. I tell them, I'm going back to the party. Please, let's get back to the car, and this is the only way that we can escape with the car. He said to me, no, Roie, you cannot go back from where we've been and where we left the car because you saw what happened over there. I told him, Edan, we have to. There is no way. Like 6 terrorists just chasing after me. This call happened during a sprint. During a sprinting in a zigzag. You can say zigzag, like zigzag. When I arrived to the party, it was like 10 in the morning, and it was after the big slaughter they already did, because the terrorists start to slaughter us in like 8 in the morning, and I arrived to the party zone at 10 in the morning. So I just see all the horror, all the dead bodies, a lot of burned cars with people inside of them. It was just very difficult images that you can even not imagine what I saw. And I understand now that I'm inside the massacre zone. Everywhere, every direction that I look, I still see terrorists. And I understand now I need like to get together myself and just try to choose life, try to fight. I'm waiting like 10 minutes until my brother come, because he has the key to the car. He arrived after 10 minutes that I just see terrorists, I'm going to that direction, he don't saw me, see terrorists from this direction, just hiding behind a tree, they just don't see me. My brother arrived after 10 minutes that I'm waiting over there. We get inside the car. We are just, both of us, in shock of what happened, because you can imagine yourself the 3 hours before, I remember there was 4,000 people that just dancing and celebrate life. And now all the parties only just dead bodies and burned cars, and just the worst thing that can happen. Me and my brother get inside the car. He start the engine. We call to our brother, our big brother, Eyal. And before he just answer to the phone, I just turn my head right in a range of like 10 meters. I saw a terrorist that just pops out of anywhere. He reload his weapon. I'm yelled to Edan, terrorist, eat gas. Before he even noticed what happened, the terrorists just start to spray our car with bullets. He hit us, not in us, he hit our car with 40 bullets. All the sunglasses were shredded. It was just very terrified moment. It was like 20 seconds, he just shot at us, and we are just go with the car. He done hit gas, and we just ran off from him in the party zone, and he's just chasing after us. He don't manage to shoot us at all. Me and Edan look in each other's eyes. We understand that we are very difficult situation, and we need to escape from this terrorist that chasing after us. And he reload his weapon again. I see, like, in the fence of the party, I see a little place that we can go from there, that we can escape. I yell to my brother, Edan, there is a place that just go this way, this direction, this direction. He do manage to get to this from the fence. We managed to escape a little bit from the party, and he's still after us all this time. He's still chasing after us, and don't stop shooting at us. And he just couldn't hit us. Don't manage to hit us, but he do trying. After that, we go out from the party zone, and he's still chasing us. I saw in the horizon a tank of IDF, and I just think that this is the best way that we can save ourselves. I just yelled to Edan again, Edan, tank, you can see in the photo. This is our car. The wheels are with holes, a lot of bullets, like 40 bullets in the engine and stuff. Where you can see the black smoke, it's the party zone, and this is the tank. So in this time, the terrorists just chasing after us inside the trees. When we arrived to the tank, no, we managed to arrive a little bit from the tank. The terrorists chasing after us yet, and I saw an IDF soldier with a heavy machine gun. He's like with like officer, heavy ranks, with very much ranks. I just tell him, I just opened the door and I just yell to him, terrorists chasing us, backfire. He do manage to understand me. He just give him like a heavy big fire, and the terrorist just fell down, and he tried to kill them. It managed to kill them, the terrorist. Me and my brother just opened the car, go back to the car, to the tank, crawling to the tank. And when we arrived to the tank, it wasn't over. It was like 12 in the noon. We arrived to the tank, and I see a lot of wounded people, a lot of girls and boys they are just dying, bullets in the back, bullets in their legs, people that lost their hands from the explosion of the grenade. And because we was in an open field, so the terrorists come from every direction, the tank was like a place that the terrorists know that Israelis, soldiers, and people from the party are hiding over there. So we become like a target for them in the open field. So we just start from now again to fight. We pick up weapons from dead bodies of people that already killed, from Israeli soldiers that already killed. We just take their weapon. Also, I told you I was a combat medic in the army in my service, so I'm just start to do tourniquet to people, and just help whatever we can, because we are the only car that could reach to the tank, and we have water in our car. So we just take the water from the car and start wash the wounded people, their bullets hole, and just again tourniquet and whatever we can do. And yet all this time, when we do it, the bullets won't stop for even a second. I have a video that you can even see it and hear that. It's like crazy, heavy artillery on us. Also, again, RPG, sniper, and it was just like a Russian roulette. You can just pick up your head and get shot. It was just luck if you were stay alive in the tank. After 5 hours in this tank, in this situation, that we are just fighting, finally they come to evacuate us. And there is one more friend that come with us, with me and Edan from Jerusalem. Its name is Or Azulai. He came with us from Jerusalem. And all this period of time, fighting in the tank, escape from the terrorists, we thought he's already dead. We don't know if he's alive. We couldn't reach to him. The IDF come to evacuate us. We want to evacuate from this zone. And then when me and my brother just go on the evacuate car, I get a call from Or, my friend that I thought he was already dead. He tell me, Roie, I'm alive. I've been hiding in a hole for the 12 hours that we've been through. I'm just happy that he's alive, and I ask over there who is the commander, who is the main commander of the evacuate force, that there is a friend of mine. He sent me his location. If the tank area was like near to Gaza, so you need to move further, 12 minutes drive to Gaza. This is the place that he was hiding. I told this to the commander over there, and he just told me we couldn't save him. I'm sorry, but what is happening over here, it's more important, and we need to save the people over here. I don't blame him. I think he do what he's supposed to do, but just in a feeling of moment, me and my brother look in each other's eyes, and we say, without all, we don't return home. We don't need to evacuate. We need to save our friend. And we just stay over there and keep fighting. Keep fighting. The IDF already left us. We stayed there like with one police officer that just don't have place on the evacuate car. And he was there with us. And if you remember the car that got ruined, we just try now to switch the wheel, the reserve wheel, the extra wheel, because I think, because we told ourselves, even we have one wheel, we're going to save him. It doesn't matter. We're going to save all. After that, we've been there like an half more hour. There's still shooting from everywhere, still RPG exploding near us, grenades from every area, and you can just see again all the dead bodies in the horizon and the fighting that won't stop, chopper in the air, just like the worst thing that you can imagine. It was this scenario. After half an hour that we're there, we saw an abandoned car that was just there. We thought that maybe we can take this car and go save all. We tried to start this car. It didn't work, also because she was exploded. And then just a person that I don't know if was in this moment, if this was a civilian or if this was a terrorist, just came at full speed at us. And he just stopped, and I don't know if I need to kill him or I need to escape from him. And he said, like, what you doing here? Right? This is the most dangerous zone that you can be right now. We tell them that there is a friend of ours. He's a 12 minutes drive, and we have to save him. I saw him the location. He says, you're crazy. I don't go to this place. This is like the most dangerous thing. If this is dangerous thing, you want to go to more dangerous thing. I tell him, okay, so if you can't help me, so don't help me. Me and my brother will manage to save our friend. He realized that we're not going to give up. And he said, you know what? Let's go save your friend. We get up on his car, drive like 200 miles per hour. I don't know, kamash. In Israel it's talking not in miles. Just 200 speed in the field. It was like the most terrible drive that I ever been. The car was just ruined, and also during this drive to reach Or, when it was like near Gaza, we still get bullets to our cars. We don't know where. We just get bullets from everywhere. Still, when we go up on dead bodies of terrorists, and we see again a lot of burned cars in this drive. After 12 minutes of crazy drive, we do manage to save Or, our friend. He get on his car. Thank you. He get on this car, and he just like start to cry, and he couldn't believe that we actually come to save him. And after that, we just drove to a place that's called Ofakim. After we came to Ofakim, it was still a war in Ofakim. It was not in the party zone, not in the south zone, but in the south zone. But still war, still missiles, still red alarm, like all the time red alarm that tell you go to the shelter and hide yourself. And also, the police officer over there tell you there is still terrorists that are hiding, and you should be aware of that. Me and my brother and Or, now we are with Or, understand that we couldn't stay over there, and we just start to run to Jerusalem. It's not, we don't know actually if we could manage it, but we start to escape from the south. I think in this period of time, I understand that even though I was in the party and what happened in the party was like crazy, and all the massacre that been over there, it was not only the party. It was the whole war. All our country was attacked. All our country has been attacked. All the South been attacked. And in this moment, we understand that, okay, this is a war. This is not a massacre of the Nova Festival. This is a whole war that's happening right now. We achieve we succeed to arrive to a place that's called Kibbutz Gilad, me, Roie and Edan. I call to my mom, I tell her that we are alive after she didn't hear from me like a lot of hours. Also, I call to my big brother. I tell them that I'm alive, and if he can come to save us from the south, from a place that's called Kibbutz Gilad. And after 1 hour of hiding in a stranger house shelter, my brother come to save me from the south, and we go to Jerusalem. Also, so this is my story. Also, there is a lot of things that I want to say. I want to remind that 364 people got murdered in this Nova event. This is crazy. 44 people got kidnapped, and a lot of wounded people in the body, in their soul. Also, I want to say that all the parents are over here that hear us and that hear our story. Could be your child. All we ever do, we just go to a party. We just want to have fun. And this is what happened to us. It's crazy to think about it. But there are the Hamas and the Gaza civilians who did it. They are the pure devil. This was the most evil thing that I ever saw in my life. Nobody can imagine. They were just animals. They don't have, like, they were just crazy. They just kill everybody. Pure evil. This is what I also want to say, that you understand that we are not dealing with with people that maybe want peace, maybe want maybe want good thing in life. No, they are just pure evil. And this is the things that I want to say. Thank you for listening to my story. Also, I want to say that there's a lot of things that happened during this story. I cannot really tell you the whole story because there's a lot of details. I've been stuck over there like 18 hours in the south, but I try my best to really give you the perspective of my story. Thank you for listening.
Can you hear me? Can you hear my mic? Thank you so much.
So we have a few questions. Can you hear me? We have a few questions that were sent in, but before that, Roie, you have to tell us what kind of car it was. It's a burning question.
It was a Toyota Corolla. And Toyota is a great company.
Another question. The people that were at the party, maybe everyone can answer, the people that were at the party and also hiding behind the tank at that one period, was it only Israelis? Who was there? Who else was there? I think that's an important part of the story.
So yes, if you think that was only Israelis people that got killed, so no. This was a like festival that people all around the world came from there. I saw like a lot of Christian people over there. Also people from, yeah, a lot of tourists that been there, not only Jews, got murdered. And this is what I trying to say also when I tell my story, that they kill us without any differences. They don't care if they want to kill Jews, but they just kill everybody. Also, Druze people.
Yeah,
Druze people.
Druze people that are,
in the party.
they came to party. Druze is a community of local Israelis that are not Jews.
And also Bedouin, right? Also Bedouin. I just think those points are really important to point out. Okay, so a few questions, is it working? That were sent in before. Maybe Mika can translate. So you've experienced a terrible trauma, and how is that continuing to impact you? What has been helpful moving forward? Maybe you can translate for everybody.
הבנת השאלה? אז עברת טראומה מאוד גדולה, ואיך זה משפיע על החיים שלך עכשיו, איך אתה מרגיש, כאילו מה קורה איתך עכשיו בעצם?
טראומה, אף פעם לא חוויתי טראומה כאילו בצורה כזאתי. אני מאמין שאף אחד מהחברים שהיינו שם לא צפה דבר כזה לעולם. קשה מאוד להתמודד עם זה.
I never experienced trauma in this magnitude in my life, and I think that I wasn't ready for something like this to happen. So it is very difficult to cope with the repercussion of everything that happened.
יש לזה הרבה השלכות לחיים, כי פתאום אני רואה שאין לי אנרגיה לחזור לעבוד, אין לי אנרגיה להמשיך להרבה דברים, וזה משהו שהוא מאוד מדכא.
I notice my energy is low to kind of go to work or be interested in things, and it makes me very upset because I want to feel that I have the energy to do things, but suddenly I don't. Yeah. Do you want to answer?
Okay, the next question is, how do you think October 7th has changed life for Israelis in general? And is there a new normal emerging?
Well, that's a good question. Big question. מי רוצה לענות? כאילו בעצם מה קרה אחרי אוקטובר 7th, ואיך זה שינה את ישראל, ואיך עוברים קדימה?
I would say that we understand that the people over there in Gaza are just not human, to my opinion. Also,
you mean because you experienced this, you feel now that the people in Gaza all cooperated with what happened
and
to
also,
us in some ways?
you know, in Israel, our education since we were born is to love and peace and to spread light in the world, and their education is just hate, and they...
Okay, so first I want to say, I don't know if you know, in Gaza, this Israeli IDF soldiers went house to house, and they found a lot of education system from like 2 years old for the Gazan people to hate Israel, to hate Jews, to have like a math book for like 2 + 2 with Jews and killing people. It's very like indoctrinated in their education system, and that was a surprise for Israelis because in Israel, all the attention in Israel is how can we do good in the world, and that we have a responsibility. It's very embedded deeply in our point of view. So for us, what is important is life, and for them, they have a faith regarding death, and it's okay to die and like be a martyr. It's totally opposite point of view regarding what is important, and for us, it's about life, and life is sacred. And they don't mind to kill their own people because they think if a kid dies, then it's okay. They will become a murderer in like another lifetime, and it's a total contradiction for us. Any life is important now, like this life. Yes, there might be another life when we're not here, but what we do in this world matters. רוצים להוסיף?
רועי, תוסיף את העניין של רוני, שהאזרחים החזירו אותו לחמאס.
Also, Israel say over here, we have a live example of a friend of us that also here in LA. He was in the captivity for 100 days. His name is Ronnie Kriboy. After 100 days in captivity, the IDF like explode the place that the terrorist was bombed the place that he was they hiding him, and he was escaped inside of Gaza for 3 days, and after 3 days, the civilians over there catch him, abused him, and return him to Hamas. So it's like a live example of friend of us that is a good friend of us that tell us the real perspective of the civilians over there.
I want to add to that a lot of people who came back from captivity said that they were sold from regular civilians, sold them for money for different groups until they got to Hamas. So it wasn't only like the Hamas organization doing something, but a lot of the civilians that we thought are maybe against Hamas or maybe want peace, they were cooperating in different levels. And I think it's very heartbreaking for Israelis to realize the depth of the gap that is being between Israel and the Palestinian people, and what can be the future solution to something that is so deep. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, one more. That pretty much answered the next question about the government's campaign in Gaza. We're not here to discuss politics by any means, but just from the feeling of what these gentlemen witnessed and what we saw. And I also met the boy that was hostage and was returned, and it's just making me shake again thinking about his story he told us the other night. It was really awful. If anything were possible, what would be your wish for yourselves and others who were traumatized on October 7th? Or what do you wish and hope for Israelis? And maybe this is a separate part of it, but if you can speak, I mean, we're in a house of worship and a house of God that may not be your religion, but if you can speak to what you, as much as you know, that we have so many similarities, I think that's really important.
אולי כולם... אוקיי, אולי, הנה גם רוצה.
I start with, I say that all we want to do is just to live free and love God. This is our passion. This is what we want to do. You know, for example, like Christian Arab, they can be free in our country, in Israel, in the Middle East. We accept everybody in Israel. Also, like, for example, like gay people, we have the best parade. The greatest great parade in Israel. We accept everybody. And for me, this is the most thing that I want to happen. Just everybody be free, be loved, and just to spread light and love in this world. And I really think this is the Jewish and the Israeli and also the Christian thing to do.
Thank you, guys. I'm really proud of them for their bravery, for speaking. I'm sure you've thought this could be one of your sons, your grandsons, your nephews. So I'm just really proud, and I wish I would have met them somewhere else, like in a restaurant in Tel Aviv, but they're in my life now, hopefully forever. They're like my new sons. And there are a bunch of videos and pictures. Unfortunately, we weren't able to show them, but if you want to see them, they have them. It's not for everybody, but if you're interested, We'll do like a little meet and greet outside afterward. And you know, we also have to think about all the survivors, 3,000. So not everybody could have, you know, the opportunity to come here. So there are a lot of programs and therapy and retreats happening in Israel for those 3,000 people. So you may have seen, it's coming up here, and there's some handouts. There is a foundation, it's called For the Wounded. It's for the wounded and survivors to help fund that. It's a little uncomfortable for me to be asking all of that, but not everybody can come here for support, obviously. But also, these guys are here and they need our support, and that also means being able to go out to eat and go buy shoes or go to Target, which we all love to do. So they do need our support. We have a few more flyers around, and up on the screen that there's barcodes. They do need our support. They're not working. You heard about it. They're derailed from their careers. Some of them may have been in school, so they really do need our support. So we really appreciate it. So I think that's about it. But just again, thank you. And we always need to unite, not just in good and support people, but also we unite in good times as in bad. And we really appreciate it. And thank you so much to Julie Rich, who reached out to me from Shepherd of the Valley to make this happen, and of course to Pastor Jenny. And I say she's my pastor in my church. So thank you all so much, and we'll bring everybody outside if you want to come speak with them. And thank you to Mika. Thank you so much, Mika, for translating.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Sarah. I feel like I have made a wonderful friend. Thank you so much for advocating for these people. Thank you all for sharing your stories. Thank you all for being here. We are going to ask our guests to go out first, so then you all can go out and greet them. We do have some beverages out there, so please help yourselves and take the time to meet them. And I just want to end with a prayer. My prayer is for all of you to experience peace, for you to heal. I pray for all of us to have compassion and to have understanding, even when there are differences between us, that we can listen to each other and that we can care about each other. And so that is my prayer for all of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you.
כן, אנחנו רוצים קודם. Thank you. Thank you for being here a lot.
Our TV station here.
Oh, that's amazing. You should. Can. Go do it. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, man. If they want to, תבואו שהם יכולים לדבר איתכם עכשיו.
ברור, אנחנו פה, אנחנו התרגלנו.
מי גדול? כן, תעמדו. יופי.
Thank you so much. It's an amazing translation.
Yeah,
we went to
thanks.
Man Olympus the other night
Yeah?
and saw the Russian speaker there hostage for 45 days. And talk about it really helps someone by
Yeah.
really speaks
Thank you.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, thank you for coming and showing up, you know? Yeah. Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you. How amazing they are. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I heard like a month ago about that, so it was very hard in the beginning. Very nice to be able to. Yeah. Are you from here?
West Hills.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really nice they organized it.
Yeah. I'm good friends with
You know what? Hey, Fabs.
Fabi is the brain behind everything.
Yeah?
behind the scene.
Okay.
Hi, great job. How
Thank
are
you
you?
so much. Thank you. How are
Great
you?
job.
Amazing.
Thank
And
you
it's
so
hard
much.
to listen, you know, because you're like,
And to compassionately relate it to all of us.
Yeah, I think also that they've been through so much, they're very overwhelmed.
very,
you know,
extremely.
And
they
they're
forget.
not like speakers, you know. It's like the
No, they're
situation
kids.
brought them
They're
to like
kids.
sit and share with
wish
one another.
they would have been able to, because we saw the videos.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I wish.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened with that.
You know, what a bummer.
It's a, I think I,
You can find it online though.
I've seen
Like
it.
I'm sure you've seen some of it. Like
Amazing. But to know that
they yeah, unbelievable. Really unbelievable. What they've been through. Hi, Tracy. You can translate for me. If I wanted to give them like just yeah, of course. You to talk to them? Absolutely,